Okay, welcome to the Outpost Broadcast number 9. My name is Santiago,
I'm Joveth.
and we are here at the Outpost Stationery, gonna talk about analog tools, stationery, for about 25 to 800 minutes. So how are you, Joveth?
I'm good. Yeah, things have been great in Seattle. Like, the weather's been nice. The smoke cleared away, which
Yes.
has been great.
On my side, we finally got office space for the Outpost. This is 100% of the Outpost right now, plus what we keep in storage. And we decided that it would be a good idea to have an additional space where we can do a few more things. And we got one, and we're going to be talking about it in just a standalone meeting going forward. And beyond that, preparing to visit the San Francisco Pen Show.
That's right.
That's end of month, just as an attendee to geek out on stationery. And that's it.
Let's talk about our pens and what we're writing with this week.
Yeah, yes. You
Um,
want to start?
I'll start first. So I'll show the camera here first. This is the Twisby Serpentine. I like it because of the marbling it has here and the green and the trim that it has here. And it's filled with some, I think it's a wearing gel ink. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a nice green that matches it. And it's in a stub nib because I love stub nibs.
Nice.
So yeah, look at that. That
Love
makes
it.
it awesome.
Awesome.
That's me.
Right.
What
Right,
about
on
you?
my end, we don't carry this pen, but my friend here got me one recently, and it's been my pen of the week. And I do want to share a little bit of a hack. So I got finally, so I'm going to show it in the front camera, but I'm
I can
just
show
going
it
to
here
show
too.
it here.
Yeah.
Zento's signature.
Wow.
Lovely pen. The magnetic cap is I think the killer feature here is just this clickety motion that you have.
Such a fun fidget toy.
So here's the thing. Well,
Oh,
here's,
no.
the, here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of very thin lines.
Mhm.
I prefer broader lines because I'm
Same.
5. So that's how it is. So what I decided to do, is to change the refill of this Cento signature from a 0.5 to a 0.7. And at the Outpost, we have lots of regular Centos with 0.7, lots
Yeah.
of refills. So I just exchanged one refill for the other, and this is now a very perfect pen for me. So it's been my pen for this week.
Yeah, they do have a 0.7 signature, but that was the only one that we saw available.
Well, if you get a standard refill of anything, then what you care about is getting the right barrel. I
Yeah.
think this signature has the right barrel. Then we can just figure out the refill afterwards.
All right, so big news from, when was it, last week that we posted about it? Yeah, we
Posted
did.
about it last week.
Yep,
Yes.
we did. So Pelikan Hubs is a thing that happens every year.
Yeah.
It's put on by Pelikan and a lot of volunteers around the world. It's an event where people come together. It's called the Pelikan Hub, and people get together and they talk about pens. They're not like forced to buy pens or anything like that. It's just a night to get together with the community.
Yeah.
And this year, do you want to talk about what's going on this year?
Yeah, this year, so we're very excited. I like when you apply for like hosting a Pelikan Hub, you do it as an individual, so you get called the Hub Master. I submitted an application on behalf of the Outpost, and we got selected as Hub Masters. There's a second Hub Master, Megan, in Seattle as well, and we are organizing the Pelikan Hub for Seattle this year. By the time this video is out, the official registrations for the Pelikan Hubs are closed. They're probably going to have the waitlist open,
Yep.
so there is an additional way of doing registrations.
Mhm.
And for the people that have registered, thank you, and we hope to see you on September 25th. We are going to host it here in Pioneer Square. So if everything goes all right and no changes are made, there's a beautiful space right across from us where we're going to be hosting the event. That space has a very cool antique museum above it that is free of entry, and we're working out how to give access to people as the event happens or right before the event happens, which we think is going to be very exciting. By the way, I don't know if you've been to that little museum. It has
I
a
did,
lot of
yeah.
stationery related items, which I love. So I think it's a perfect kind of
It's great.
good matching place to be in.
It matches up perfectly, and the space is great. The actual space where the event's going to be held is nice, and We also plan on showcasing some local vendors as well,
Yeah.
which we'll reveal soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. So we're very excited about it, and we'll keep updating the community as we kind of get more details and figure out all the logistics of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next topic is Stationery Day. Happened August 1st.
Was it the first or the second?
It was the first.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did.
It was a very fun day with a few activities happening during the event. I don't know if there's anything that you want to call out from the...
Yeah, so we had a couple things going on. So we had a little, what did we call it? There was a bin of discounted items that we called...
the bin of wayward stationery.
Yeah, the bin of wayward
some
stationery.
that was either likely used or kind of bumped during transport, and we felt like, I mean, it was like we couldn't sell it for full price.
Right.
We gave a discount, and when it was likely used, it was mostly things like maybe somebody just wrote a P on one corner, things like that.
Yeah.
So we just gave like a heavy discounted items then.
That was fun. A lot of people really liked that.
Yeah, we almost clean out that box,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have that box back in maybe once a quarter or something like that, just for people to gather items.
Yeah. We also had there were these little mini ink swatch kits that we created for people to kind of take home some of the samples of the inks that we sell here.
Super popular.
Ran out. We did like 40 or 50 of those. So
Yeah.
that was fun. We also had our big stationery awards.
Well, we also had a little raffle.
That's right, we did.
I'm realizing, like, this is probably not gonna make it on the video. The person we wrote did not
respond.
So we're gonna write to the second person on that list that we already had selected.
So you might be a winner.
So if you want and you haven't checked your email, then you probably have until I made it in this video to respond, and then we're gonna send the email to the next person.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, we did the stationery awards, and it was kind of fun. We had a pegboard listed with like 4 different products for 3 categories.
Yeah.
We had best pen, we had best notebook, and best accessory. And then we just kind of had colored thumbtacks for people to, while they're in the store, they just kind of vote on what they like. And we had all of them available for people to kind of check and test out.
And these were all products that we have at the Outpost. So this is the Stationery Awards for the stuff that we sell in the store. So what are the favorites for the people that are in the store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we want to go through each category, like best pen.
Okay, we're gonna do like high production. Yeah.
Editor, please do this.
Are you a betting person?
I think we kind of tried to guess at the beginning, didn't we?
But not on that. But are you a betting person in general? No, because I bet that none of those things are going to happen in terms of production. Like we're just going to talk about them and we're going to show them here. All right.
So the first category was best pen.
Best pen.
Yes, and we had a couple of options. These were all selected based on just like kind of what we saw in terms of popularity with customers in store.
Yeah.
There are certain patterns that we see, and so we put like the top 4 things that we saw.
Yeah.
So we had Mark's Ink Metal Ballpoint Pen, which is this guy here.
Yeah.
This one's super popular. I think you put it out next to the email registry. And then we got the Uniball Zento. Of course, we talked a little bit about it. This is the basic model.
That's the basic model. Yeah.
And then we got the, I don't have it, but the Zebra Vintage.
Hold on. Magic.
So here is the Zebra Sarasa Vintage Clip. And this is another pen that we had on there. Yeah. So, try to guess which the winner was at home. Well, you got like 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
No, Zento won.
Here is the true winner, the Zento. It's
but
a great
it was very
pen.
close, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was very close, but yeah, Zento is the winner. I think it's batting. What is it? What is the idiom for this?
Batting 1,000.
Not batting 1,000, or not even. Yeah, or fighting above their.
Punching above their weight.
Yeah, definitely, because this is like the entry level Zento, and it's so good for the price that you get it. You get a really good.
Exactly.
Price. Yeah.
All right. Next is the best notebook. We had 3. This is the Beef notebook from Italy. It's a nice, beautiful faux leather cover with some red.
I say BFA,
hand-painted.
by the way.
What do you say?
BFA.
BFA?
Yeah.
Sure.
Beef sounds a lot like Wendy's.
Then we have the Goods for the City Flexi Linen Journal.
Oh, I love that.
Another classic look.
I love that shop. As we can tell by our early videos, sending Valentines. We sent Valentines to Good for the City.
And they sent a cease and desist.
And then said a cease and desist. Do not send us Valentines. All right.
And then we got the Usari notebook, which has very smooth, very nice sort of fountain pen friendly writing paper. So yeah, at home, what do you think won? You got 3 seconds.
Just in case, these are very popular. Like top sellers across the board.
Yep.
These
notebooks. Yep. The winner was Usari.
Usari. No drama here.
Nope.
Like
clear winner.
It's a clear winner. Everybody who works with fountain pens, they recognize how good this paper is for fountain pens. The paper is thicker than, like, let's say, a Tomoe River.
Yep.
So some people appreciate that as well. Less ghosting, stuff like that. And then the smoothness of the paper is great for every other type of use case. So it's a fantastic notebook.
And it comes in grid, blank, and line, so
Yeah.
it's got a lot of flexibility there.
Really good.
All right, last one was just a fun one about accessories and kind of just what we have whimsical stuff in the store.
Yeah.
We have the Penco Clampy plastic clip. It's a classic. So the second one, we have a new contender, the Midori Mini Cleaner. Oh, that's so fun. It actually does a really good job.
Works.
Yeah.
Like a little broom thingy. Just yeah.
And then these beautiful Pagushi washi tapes that
It's
have
just
this,
a subset of the stuff we carry from Pagushi.
yeah, it's just got this beautiful gold embossed foil on there. At home, if you're watching, which one did you think won? 1, 2, 3. The winner was Pagushi
By a long
by a long shot.
Yeah, it was Pagushi is a store favorite.
Yeah.
So the way we keep it in the store is we just keep kind of a pile of Pagushi items, and it's funny because like every few weeks we kind of refill the pile, so it grows again, and then
slowly goes away.
It starts to dwindle, and then we refill, and I think we're actually close to a refill moment too.
And that's it. Those are the Stationery Awards. Thank you for everyone who came by Stationery Day and voted on all that. Next section, what do we want to talk about next?
So the way this is called is love letters to graphite. Was that you or was
That was not me.
Okay.
I think you're obsessed with the love letters, and that's why you get the cease and
To
desist.
send love letters.
Yeah.
I think that's it's important to send love letters to the things that you love, and graphite is.
I've never gotten a love letter, but that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, yeah.
It's all right.
Send love letters. 157 South Jackson Street, Seattle, Washington 98104. Okay. All right. No, I want us to spend a few minutes.
Yeah.
Talking about pencils, more specifically mechanical pencils.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of online chatter about erasable pens.
Oh, you're going to go into this drama. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Put all your hate comments in the comments below.
Okay, so friction.
Friction, yep.
And then I think Sailor came up with another one.
There's another one by Sailor, but it's not as good as the...
That's the thing. It's not as good.
Yeah.
And every time I hear the discussions in other places, like in the Pen Addict, I think it's been a whole episode talking about, and I'm like, why do we care about that part? Like, why is the erasable? Like, we had the erasable thing for like hundreds of years, and they're called pencils. And I believe that all pens are erasable. All pens. If you don't like what you wrote and you really want it to disappear, just like cross it out. Just grab it and scratch on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I have this very strong opinion about it, but we don't need to go deep on the pen side, because what I actually want to talk about is how great pencils are.
Yes.
The other piece that triggered this was, we talked about it in the last video, long love letters to pencils and mechanical pencils from folks like Adam Savage from Mythbusters Untested, from the Rest is Science team, the Visas guy who has like a preferred pencil as well, mechanical pencil. And there's this cool video about this engineer who wants to sharpen pencils.
That's right, the crazy. Yep.
So we offer actually a nice set of mechanical pencils in the store. So I kind of wanted to talk more about that.
Well, also I think when we talk about like, stationery and journaling and things like that, people immediately go to pens and they go to fountain pens and things like that.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a place for the pencil and the mechanical pencil, because people like also to sketch and they like to write drafts maybe in pencil first.
Yeah.
Spotlighting mechanical pencils.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah. One of the principles that kind of helped me first become a stationer or kind of offer this type of products is this idea of embracing the mess. So my previous joke about pens and cross it out, I am the type of person that just I don't worry too much about like how sharp things when you're starting to kind of get the ideas from your head outside into the real world. And I think a pencil is a good way of achieving that. So kind of for, as you were saying, for sketching, it's just this quick way of operating. And we're working actually on redesigning the counter for the store. And I realized that before I would jump into any kind of electronic media, I just sit down and with just little
pencil.
pencils start kind of sketching and doodling in very rough ways how I kind of want the volumes to look. And I think that's a valuable thing to have, and that's where I think pencils really do a great job. Let's spend a couple minutes with a basic tutorial for people who are not used to mechanical pencils anymore. Which, by the way, is a lot more people than I thought, because a lot of people are asking us about it in the store. Which I assumed like we all know. I thought there was a mechanical pencil class in school, and they stopped giving it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of like kids who grow up like with laptops and tablets in school, so there's a lot of people who look at these and like, what does it do?
So the first thing that I wanted to cover is the lead.
Yes.
Which I usually call the lead, because I don't know how to pronounce it correctly.
Don't bury it.
Okay. So, wow. I'm gonna stop the video now. Okay, so
sorry, puns.
And that's kind of how graphite with clay goes into the paper, right?
Yep.
So that's, if you have a regular pencil, that's just the black part of the pencil. If you have a mechanical pencil, it's just the little bar that goes in the mechanical pencil, right?
And you'll see on pencils, you'll see labels like 2B, HB, and stuff like that.
You see these labels. So we want to briefly explain to you what those labels mean.
All right. Okay. So this is the way you want to think about it. When you have your when you're thinking about LEDs, there's two big columns, and you have your B's and your H's.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you're thinking about B, I actually don't know what B stands for, but I'm assuming it's going to be blackness or black.
Yeah.
All right. And then this is about hardness. And the way you want to think about it is that the blackness goes from just B, or let's call it 1B, right, all the way up to very large numbers. But like you commonly see in many stores, things like a 6B is usually where it stops until it gets really specialized.
And it gets softer. Like
and as it goes there, it gets softer. But we'll get to that explain that in a moment. And then we'll have the 1H. You never see the ones, by the way. You see B and H, and that means that it's 1H. I mean, if you know a little bit of algebra, you understand why. And then you go all the way to usually something like a 5H or a 4H, because this is about how hard the lead is going to get, which also means that the line is going to get softer and softer. So this is going to be a very light line on the H side, and then on the B side, the more the higher the number goes, the blacker the softer the line gets, so you can really write very hard on it. So that's kind of your difference there. The basic number 2 pencil is usually an HB pencil. That means that it's slightly hard, slightly black. All right, that's your kind of standard number 2 pencil, and then it grows from there. It's either going to go into the B's, or it's going to go into the H's. What people usually do when you start to work is assume that this is a B mechanical pencil and this is a slightly harder. What people usually do when they work with pencils is that they do the soft part first. So let's assume that, I'm going to make a little sphere, right? So they kind of get the overall lines set up, and then they go back and then get a black pencil, and that's how they start marking the actual thing that they want to do. So it allows you to be expressive after you've kind of created your guides with the light pencil. Also, hearts are really useful when you want to put ink on top of something. You know, like you're kind of creating the sketch for a watercolor. You're gonna ink it afterwards. So you want to use an H so you don't get a lot of pigment mixed up with from the B into the inks. You kind of want to use that H as well.
We didn't talk about that a little bit. Yes, if you go into the B's, the further down you go, it also has a tendency to smear more on your paper. So like if you push your finger over it, the higher the B, the more it's going to smear.
Yeah, and for us lefties, that's kind of our everyday life.
True.
Right. So that's the 101 on your
lead grade levels.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was all about the lead. On the mechanical pencil front, the variety is incredible.
It's a lot.
Especially talking about the mechanism itself of how the lead is delivered. And I wanted to spend a couple of minutes also walking through some of those examples.
Yeah. So here's a selection of the mechanical pencils we offer at the Outpost. So the first feature that I wanted to talk about, the width of the lead itself. So let's see how closer I can get on this. You'll notice that this mechanical pencil is 0.5. When you think about your mechanical pencil, you have your 0.5, you have your 0.7, which is a very popular kind of width for a mechanical pencil. You have 0.9s, and you also have then more than 0.9s, like 1.2, 2 millimeters, and 5.6 millimeters. I'll give you an example. This is a 2 millimeter lead over here, and this is a 5.6 millimeter lead. There you go. So you have all of that variation. On the thinner line, you have 0.3 mechanical pencils. So here's an example of a Pentel that is 0.3. Very thin line. I don't even know if the video is going to catch it. So that's one of the features to think about, is how thin or thick you want the line of your mechanical pencil to be. You'll notice that many of our mechanical pencils have what we call knurling and metal knurling at the bottom. It also helps with balance, by the way, because if it's metal, then it makes the mechanical pencil slightly heavier. And you'll notice that in here with the these Pentel graph gears, but we'll also notice it with the Rotring, which is a very popular mechanical pencil. So you see that Rotring has this kind of faceted barrel, but where you hold it is still knurling, so you get that. And you also see it here on this wing back as well, right? Like a nice little rod, nice machined mechanism, but it's also knurling there at the end. So it kind of helps with holding the pen, the mechanical pencil. All right, so we talk about how you hold it. You have kind of your knurling, the materials that are used for the mechanical pencils. Most of the time you'll find plastic to be the material. So the barrel is plastic, in this case for the graph gear. There's metal in the knurling. Here's a very popular mechanical pencil. This is a Lamy mechanical pencil.
Safari mechanical.
Lamy Safari mechanical pencil. Good point, because we also have another Lamy here. This is all made in plastic, and you'll notice that the Lamy has a similar gripping mechanism to the Safari line, which is kind of this little holder triangle, but in this case is not as flat. This is not the case for this Lamy. You may or may not know that Lamy is owned by effectively Mitsubishi, by Uni.
Yep.
Right? Uniball, and Uniball has another product called the Kuru Toga, and I'm bringing it up here.
It's one of my favorites.
It's one of the most Jovette's favorite mechanical pencils. And this mechanical pencil is super fun, because what it does is, as you serve the lead and start writing on it, and let me see if it's
probably watch it. You can probably like see it as you do it.
Yeah. As you're doing that, as you write, let me see if I find something where that is visible. As you're writing, I don't know if it's noticeable there, but it starts to loop around, like the mechanism inside starts to spin. And what that does is that it's always going to keep your lead a little bit sharper in the point. So that's a very interesting mechanism to consider. And what I was bringing up is that some Lamys now are starting to be produced with the Kuru Toga mechanism inside. So there's a chance that you may find Lamys that have this kind of rotating mechanism inside. So it's a very fun mechanism to consider. By the way, Kuru Togas, you can get a basic Kuru Toga like the one we have here, but you can also get like the equivalent of a Cento signature Kuru Toga, which is also going to be kind of in the, more closer to $100 of a mechanical pencil as well. So they are very fun to use, especially when you always want to make sure that you have a very sharp line and the variation is limited. All right, another mechanism to consider is not exclusive to mechanical pencils, but you will notice that lots of multi-pens also include a mechanical pencil. This is an example here from the Bloom by Otto. Otto is a fantastic manufacturer of pencils from Japan. Our Marks pens, by the way, the refill is from Otto as well. And in this particular case, you'll notice that we have a red ink, we have black ink, but also a 0.5 mechanical pencil, right? Which is what you get from this here. So in some cases, you may want to consider having a multi-pen that can also have a mechanical pencil in it, and it's going to cover a lot of your needs.
Yeah.
Another cool, interesting form factors before we move into clutch pencils and regular mechanical pencils.
Fun.
These are a lot of fun. These are also by Otto. Look at this very, very thin mechanical pencil. I think we're almost sold out, if not completely sold out of this one, and we got it like 10 days, less than 10 days ago.
It's like a week ago, I think.
Yeah, and so these are super popular because they're tiny. They are wooden barrel, so this is actually still wood, and then still a mechanical pencil mechanism. So if you want to keep like something, kind of in the back that can help you write quick notes, there's a beautiful mechanical, very thin mechanical pencil. And they also offer almost a number 2 pencil size mechanical pencil. Look at that.
You don't have to worry about this one disappearing.
Yeah, because everybody's going to think it's just a regular pencil. Well, actually, that may make it disappear more easily because people
true.
think like, oh, it's just a pencil.
I
right?
was referring more to when you sharpen it.
Oh, fair point. Okay, fair point. Yeah, there you go. So beautiful, pencil-looking mechanical pencil.
Now, Santiago, those big thicker ones that you have there.
These are my best friends.
Yeah. So they don't work like the other pencils that you've shown.
No, fair point. Thank you, Jovet, for that unprompted
It's
little segue into the last topic. There's one last distinction that we want to bring up with mechanical pencils, and it's what we call a clutch pencil. In my mind, all mechanical pencils are sort of clutch pencils. It's just how thick the lead is. And
That's fair.
yeah, the mechanism is very noticeable when you have a thicker lead. So I'm going to show you this clutch pencil, and I think it's called clutch because that's effectively what this is doing.
Basically holds it.
Yeah, there is this kind of holder mechanism here that when you press this button, it's going to open it up so your lead can go through faster, right? And you get a lot of control by releasing the clutch mechanism and then kind of getting the whatever distance you want for your lead. Not so different from a regular mechanical pencil. It's just that it's more visible because it's super thick.
And I think the difference too is you have to like sharpen these differently. Like you have to sharpen these.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because the lead, as you can see, is super thick. In this case, it's a 5.6 millimeter clutch pencil. This is from a company called Koh-i-Noor. I think there are two big manufacturers of this type of clutch pencils in the world. One is Koh-i-Noor from Czechia, or the Czech Republic as they used to call it, and the second is Kaweco from Germany. And I have these other two clutch pencils from Kaweco here. This is like one of my favorite clutch pencils. So this is brass, and it also holds a 5.6 millimeter. And as Joette was mentioning, you can see that because it's so thick, you kind of want to keep this sharp somehow, unless you really want a very thick line. And the mechanical pencil usually comes in the back with, instead of a eraser, which is what most mechanical pencils have. I'll show you an example. Here's an eraser there in the back, and if you open the lamy in the back, you're going to find an eraser. Most mechanical pencils have an eraser in the back. This doesn't have an eraser. That actually has a little sharpener. So you insert the point into the sharpener and then move it around, and it's going to shave off to kind of bring back the point back into your lead. I'm not going to do it because that also means that you're going to have graphite falling off the pen, and we don't want to do it in this space. But this is a very interesting thing that you get. The last type of clutch pencil is for like a 2 millimeter clutch pencil. So this is more like the width of a regular pencil if you think about it. This, you do need to get a regular sharpener, not a regular sharpener.
Lead pointer.
Yeah, a lead pointer as they call it. We do have some of those here at the Outpost, where you can sharpen some this type of mechanical pencil. Here's the example there, and that's kind of the little slot where you would put your this way around. This is a 2 millimeter. This is a slightly smaller.
Isn't that 3.2 millimeter?
I think this may be, this may not be 2 millimeter.
Yeah.
I think it's either 2 or 3.2. Yeah, I think it's 2 millimeter, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
But you usually find your lead pointers to have the two standard widths, right? This is the one that fits into this one, and then this is slightly narrower one. This might be a 2 millimeter, as well. I do want to make sure that this video is about 2 hours of us talking about mechanical pencils. So what else do we need to talk about?
So like, you may be thinking to yourself like, I don't really doodle, I don't really sketch, I don't really write my drafts in pencils. What else could I use pencils for? And you could be like me. I like doing crossword puzzles. There's some brave people who do it in fountain pens. I have no idea why you would do a crossword puzzle in fountain pens.
My dad would only use a regular pen for
must be
crossword.
very intelligent.
No, he embraced he embraced the, if you make a mistake, just cross it out and move on. Right.
But that's like every day I do crossword puzzles. That's my thing. In the mornings I'll just do crossword puzzles for half an hour. And I like to use mechanical pencils, especially with the thicker lead. So like 1.3 is like, or 1.2 is around my jam.
Yeah. You have an example here.
I do. I have this big Stadler. It's a jumbo pen. I like the grip.
Yeah.
It's huge and it's easy to check, and it's a 1.2 lead. It writes really well.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah. So I like using it for that scenario. You also could use it for, like we talked about earlier, sketching. You always sketch first, and then you could outline it with either fountain pens
Yeah.
or with a regular ink, or regular pen. There's a lot of use case scenarios, and I think a lot of people forget that pencils exist sometimes.
Yeah. These are very utilitarian devices that are, I think they're slightly magical, to be honest, because they're so, they achieve so much, and there's like the modern world in just like a little piece. Like these are not as old as we think. They're fairly new things, but they're also beautiful pieces of design. And I want to call out the last two here in the collection. This is the Lamy 2000 mechanical pencil, which is, I think, a beauty in terms of design. Look at that shape. Very Bauhaus. Look at that clip as well. Very Bauhaus. And finally, the wing back here, which is fully machined in the UK. And look at this beautiful kind of little rod. I think it's a beautiful pen. And if you don't mind bringing the stand, when you get a wing back, you can also purchase a stand for it. Again, this is all metal. This is all machined, and you can get a stand for it. So one option, I'm gonna move this around. One option for this device is this little stand here, right? So it sits like that. And look at that beauty, right? Like, it just looks beautiful in a desk. Or you want to put it as a pen rest, so you have this type of pen rest there, and you can sit your mechanical pencil there. So apart from being just useful, practical for you to kind of get the mess, start to kind of get the stuff out of your head and into the world, they are beautiful objects as well, right? Actually, I wouldn't mind having a pencil-looking mechanical pencil sitting in my stand as well. So to me, also as objects to keep, they're just beautiful things.
Right. Okay. So, okay, that was a lot to talk about mechanical pencils, and I think we could have done more. Maybe we should have a side channel just about mechanical pencils.
Yeah, I'll start the Slack for it.
Sweet. All right. Want to do a couple of new products to show?
Let's show off some new
Let's
stuff.
quickly go and grab them. Okay, so new products. We're going to be talking about notebooks, inks, and fountain pens, not in that order.
Yep.
Right, so let's start first. Kaweco released the summer collection of sport. So we have three new Kaweco collection. We have Shadow Blue. I'm gonna put it here. We have light blue. Please notice the iridescence on all the pens that we're showing right now. So we want to show it that way.
Yep.
And finally, we have the Jennifer Lopez Oscars dress from the early 2010s, right?
Something like that.
Something like that, which is also called Marble Ocean by Kaweco. But if you come to the store and say the Jennifer Lopez dress, we'll know what you mean. And here you go. Beautiful, beautiful pens. We are down to a very small number of those, but we still wanted to show them. Come by the store, and also if you are into more Kaweco colors, we do have beautiful Kaweco sport colors as well, and we're getting a batch of medals in the next few weeks. Cross our fingers, knock on wood.
Nice.
So we'll get more medals as well.
Let's talk about these new inks. So we did a post about this on social media, but wanted to show you real quick. We have these Teranishi inks that we just got in the shop.
Yeah,
they are beautiful bottles.
Beautiful bottle.
Yeah, I'll show you here. And you're able to make your own swatches. It comes with a little tag, so you can make your own swatch.
It'll come with a tag that is not inked, so you make your own little swatch.
And I'll show you just real quick what they look like. These are the ink swatches. These are just the first 5 that we have. We have 4 more since this that I need to swatch. So I'm a little bit behind. But yeah, I think they're great. The packaging is also really cool. It's like this early 20th century Japanese era.
Isn't it like perfect for the store? There's I even have like early Japanese stuff in in the book collections that we keep here.
Yeah, so it's perfect match for the Outpost, and I think it's great packaging, great colors, great ink.
My current order of favorites is the antique black. I think is one of the best blacks I've seen. Yeah, it kind of hues into brown, which I really love. I like melancholic blue. It's to me it sits between a Konpeki, because Konpeki is brighter, way
Yeah.
brighter, right? And then getting more into a twilight from diamine,
Yeah.
and it sits like in that middle with very good sheening as well. It's just a beautiful color. A lot of people have been loving this
Nostalgic honey. It's
Wow.
great because it's so rare to see like yellow to orange inks that you could actually write with.
Yeah.
And this fits it. Like it looks
Yeah.
really good.
There's an idiom about yellow tinted glasses or rosy.
Rose tinted glasses.
Yeah, this is like yellow tinted glasses.
Exactly.
There we go. All right, then the last product that we wanted to show, we mentioned actually a couple of months back, to be honest. And it's new notebooks in the store from Belgium called DeKempen. DeKempen is a brand from a company called Brepols that is 250 years old. And what they did, I found it fascinating, is that they went back into their catalog of marbled paper and then created a series of notebooks with the marbled paper they had from their archive. So this is not the original 250-year-old paper, by the way. This is a print based on the marbling they already had. But if you look at the notebooks, they're just, first of all, they're not leather bound, but it's kind of this leather feel
It's got this feel to it,
material.
yeah.
And then they have the marbling inside. And then you get your regular paper, which is very nice for fountain pens as well.
And the corners are just really good too.
The corners are a little kind of angled here in all the shape, and the edges are painted as well. So I'm going to start showing you some of those notebooks so you get an idea. I have this Jane Austen dream in my head of write letters like Jane Austen. By the way, when I say Jane Austen, I mean Keira Knightley in Pride and Prejudice from the early 2000s, which is like completely correct. But I just like it just looks awesome. All right, so like here's all the marbling here, blue edge.
Yeah.
And
And
we have a couple of special editions. We have them in B6 and A5. These are the A5s. Look at these colors, beautiful colors. And in this case, they also put the marbling in the edge. So we don't have many of these. We're gonna be ordering more, but for now we have just a few. We have this yellow and then this kind of teal aquamarine type of color we can show here.
It's gorgeous.
And because this is the Outpost and we like blue and orange, we have this beautiful blue with the orange and blue edge as well. And if you go inside, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so happy about it. That's
And you'll
nice.
notice some of them are blank and some of them are ruled. So we do offer those options.
Yeah, I think it's ruled or blank. That's
Yeah.
the current options that we kept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the marbling on that is fantastic.
Awesome. All right, I think we made it. We completed one.
We finished
This
another
is probably
episode.
7 hours and a half, but you know what? There's
all right.
lots of stationary chat to have, so
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
That means we're having a good time.
Awesome, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. We enjoy having this conversation with you guys. Comments, I don't know. Give us
Share, tell people.
feedback. Yeah, feedback is always welcome. So give us feedback. That would be great. Share with other folks. Yeah, and we'll be seeing you in the store very soon.
Yep.
And don't forget to think on paper.
Exactly. With the pencil, maybe.
Awesome. Or with a pencil. Yeah.